Hey Aquarius. It's April 2020. I did your reading before you once, and in that reading I was kind of like mad at your energy for some reason, which is on me, right? Like I have to deal with my own emotional states. I love Aquarius. I love you. I think maybe I have my own like jealousy issues with Aquarius because I really admire about you that you are so cool. Like not just like cool as in you are cool because you are, but like you're got this like level-headedness kind of, it's like that whole like thing about you being an alien that can see down from above on everyone and kind of like be a little detached. And I think maybe it's like you're so cool and like you're so smart and you're so funny and you're so like smart that I just like want to be in your energy space. But because part of what creates your energy is your own like seeing from above, it's like there is that detachment sometimes with Aquariuses. Like that's you protecting your space and your energy, right? And then people like me are like, I want to be in your energy. So yeah, I don't think it's that you're aloof. I think it's just that you are keeping track of yourself. Like you're very like keeping track of because it's like part of what you're doing is like looking out over everyone else too. We've been dealing with some major Capricorn energy in the collective, obviously, and we got the Devil here, which is Capricorn energy, and with its appearance here, I guess I'm just trying to kind of. We also got the Justice in reverse. I do feel like now that I'm like looking at these cards, I get a sense of like the devil was here, like the devil kind of descended upon us and made some shit happen, and you're like, that is unfair. Um, I think you think perhaps that some stuff that went down recently was unjust. Kind of just obvious. But I think with the devil, maybe there is sort of like a need for you to, like, just as much as like I'm trying to take accountability, right? Like, I'm trying to take accountability for the fact that, like, sometimes I love Aquariuses so much that, like, maybe I overwhelm them with, like, me wanting to be around them. So then I back off, right? I'm like, oh, Aquarius, like, I've been mean to you. I deserve to give you a more thoughtful reading because I do love you and, like, because you deserve, like, an honest communication rather than, like, just some sassy thing telling you that your life is great and, like, whatever. So I think with the devil, it's just understanding. I think this is like this period of time has been huge for that. And I think Saturn is moving into Aquarius. So that's like something else I'm thinking about is like, I think now more than ever, we've become aware of like how all humans process information differently. Their reaction to fear, stress, whatever, they have their own, every individual has their own process for managing that energy and what they think they need from others and all that. So there's really been this huge negotiation of boundaries and of being aware of the consequences of our actions. So for example, something that we do, we might of course not mean ill intent, but it still might hurt someone else. And I think that we are all becoming much more aware of that on a deeper level. I mean, it's always been true, but I think we're becoming more cognizant of it. And that's what I get with the devil here is like just as much as other people have kind of encroached upon you in the past and you found it unjust, like with this lovers, to be aware of like the choices you've made and the actions you've partaken in. I honestly would love to reference Love is Blind in this reading because think about something like Jessica's relationship with Mark or whatever, or how Burnett totally played Jessica and then ended up with Amber. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I get with this reading is just like, look, everyone of course is operating from their own perspective of like doing their best, but like with this lovers, it's like true love means with this devil too, knowing when we sometimes hurt other people, knowing that sometimes people kind of want an apology from us, or vice versa, if we had felt encroached upon our energy or felt like someone was being mean to us, to like maybe call it out, to be like, hey, I think this is unjust. I think that you're being mean to me. And then that person can, like, I think there's just, like, a kind of a call for more communication here, and to really lean into love and forgiveness as, like, the crux of coming to, number one, accepting that cycles have ended and that, like, something is over and that it's not coming back, you were never ever getting back together type of thing. Or just that, like, this huge collective coronavirus moment in quarantine and all of that has been a judgment moment. And we're coming and stepping out of judgment, we're stepping out of the old cycle, we're stepping out of, like, who we used to be, we're kind of, you're like a snake shedding a layer of skin, you know? And now you're out of that, and, like, there were all these realizations that I spoke of about communication and just responsibility that we take for our own actions, and, like, kind of knowing that even though you can be detached, you still have an impact. Even as you are observing, you still have an impact. Especially if you think about, like, quantum physics and how, like, when you observe particles, that, like, affects how they move, right? So I think that it's, like, really taking accountability, like, really deep, full accountability for your perspective. Like, how, like, what lenses are you using? How are you looking at this through? What are you looking at? How are you framing it? Film school has ruined me, but it's also made me better. So there you go. That's what I have to say about that. Okay. The Emperor in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, that's very interesting to me. The Eight of Coins in reverse, Four of Wands in reverse, which Pisces also got, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. I think with this feels like, okay, we've totally closed the door on a huge chapter of our lives. Something is done. And it's like a new book almost, right? Like, if this is the trilogy, you're starting the new book. Not even just a new chapter, the new book. So, it's like, okay, what is that going to be? I don't think you know, and I think that you want to know with this. Like, Knight of Wands is, like, you're creative and you have all these ideas, but, like, Eight of Wands in reverse is, like, I don't think you know how to organize it, or, like, what goes where, and I think also Four of Wands, it's, like, having the big dreams and, like, ideas of, like, celebration, but, like, kind of, it's like I said to Pisces, like, if you're emerging from your bunker, you can, like, have these, like, kind of oscillations between, like, I'm gonna be powerful, but also, am I gonna be, like, can I trust my intuition right now? Is it okay? Is it safe right now? Will what I put out come back to me? Like, you're ready. I think, like, there's a part of you that's excited and, like, gung-ho about this new beginning that is coming upon you. But I think there's just a need to pause. Maybe take this High Priestess in reverse to be, like, pause. It's almost like Hanged Man. It's like these, like, Eight of Coins. It's like this energy. If you, like, did the arithmetic, if you, like, divided these cards and, like, added them up and, like, did some calculus, that's the Hanged Man. That's how I feel. It's like, especially I talked already with you about perspective and, like, getting a perspective shift. So it's like, I think, yes, you can rebuild from this, but, I mean, think about it this way. If you just gave birth to a baby, are you going to expect it to walk right away? Are you expect it to speak its first word, like, on its second day? No. All of that takes time. Yes, you're excited to see what will unfold, but you have to let the unfolding happen. So, I think there is a lot of potential. I think it's just, like, really slow and steady. I'm getting a slowness with this, too, with these reversals. I'm not getting, like, bad anything. I'm just getting, like, things are possible. What you want can come to fruition. You can be powerful. You can have stability. You can build, like, a little garden, but you just gotta, like, kind of get right with yourself with this High Priestess in reverse. The High Priestess in reverse is, like, just get right with yourself, and that might mean doing what you need to do to make this High Priestess feel kind of like she can see a little more clearly again, right? Letting the dust settle. Alright. So that is your reading. and I do love you. I am wishing you the best, and I think things are going to be better from here on out. If not slow and steady at it, but like kind of just a new beginning and a fresh start, and like letting your breath come back to you, catching your breath again after running a fucking marathon, basically. Okay. I love you. Bye.